Grade 1 grinding is one of the most sought after and popular things to do here in the Hunter Call of the Wild, but finding the right loadout for your grind to stay efficient and to keep it enjoyable is sometimes a very big challenge. So in this video, we're going to be building the ultimate grinding loadout. The loadout that'll get you thousands and thousands of kills easily without barely having to track your animals. So without further ado guys, if you're new to the channel, my name is Squid. I'm known for extreme simplicity and extreme detail in my guides here on YouTube, and I've been playing the Hunter Call of the Wild for about 8 years. I currently have, as of recording this, 31 Great Ones and several hundred diamonds. By the end of this video, you guys are going to have an absolutely overpowered loadout. And to get us started today, we have a beautiful rare dilute mule deer. Let's go, just a little 209 there, but he is a dilute. He is absolutely very rare. Such a beautiful way to start off the video, man. I love this game so freaking much. But wasting no more of you guys' time, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into today's guide. Alright, my friendjamin, so how we're actually going to do this is we're going to build several different loadouts for several different types of grinding. So, I'm going to try to separate this video into chapters, meaning that if you highlight over the video's progress bar at the bottom of the video, or if you tap your screen and the little red progress bar pops up if you're on mobile, you should be able to see different chapters for different grinds. Or if you want to watch the whole video and get every piece of information for every single grind in the game, I would definitely suggest that to you. So, we're going to start off with a deer loadout. You'll be able to use this loadout for grinding whitetail, fallow deer, red deer, or any of the deer grinds in the game. You'll also be able to use this loadout for the wild boar grind and the tar grind. So yeah, the very first gun that we're going to put into this loadout is going to be the Arzina 300. That's my go-to gun, and you're probably wondering, Squid, that gun is not ethical for whitetail, fallow deer, boar, etc. And yes, I know that, but what you're going to be doing with this absolute behemoth of a rifle is you're going to be shooting all of the common animals with it. Now we're going to pair this up with a very nice scope here in just a second, but what I mean by common animals are just those typical whitetail, those normal mule deer that obviously aren't rare diamonds, and shooting them with the 300 is just going to take them down so much faster, and this, honestly, is the secret to how us content creators get so many kills per hour. We use a big gun on all the common animals, and then when we spawn a trophy, we also carry with us an ethical weapon. Now, I would suggest to you the Hansen 30-06, that's arguably the best 4-8 in the game right now. This is ethical for wild boar, the fallow deer, the whitetail, the red deer, the tar, and I might be forgetting one or two. There's a lot of grinds work with me. And an OT-6 is just a big caliber in general, let alone a 5-round semi-automatic 30-06. Yeah, this gun is an absolute tank, guys. This would be the gun that I suggest to you for shooting those trophy animals, especially if you're deer hunting. An OT-6 is a giant caliber. It's 5 rounds, it's semi-automatic. Just like the Arzina 300, this is also 5 rounds semi-automatic, it's just a giant caliber. So as for weapons, that's literally it. If you're doing any of those grinds, these two weapons will do you perfectly. In the sense of ammo, I just carry every single bullet that I have on me, it weighs so little. For sights, if you don't want to go DLC, I'm going to suggest to you the Hyperion, which is right here. But it's nowhere near as good as the Odin, which is in fact the best scope in the Hunter Call of the Wild in the modern day. And you can find this in the Scopes and Crosshairs DLC. We're going to go ahead and slap that on these two weapons here. And look at that. Not only does it look amazing, but it feels amazing. Super wide set. You can zoom really far with it. You get a lot of visibility outside of the scope ring. Here it is on the 30-06. It's the exact same scope, but just figured I'd show you. And yeah, these two guns will boost your kills per hour immensely. For lures, it just depends on what grind you're doing. It's pretty self-explanatory. Seeing so I'm doing the mule deer grind, I'll take with me the bleat collar. Inside of binos, you're going to want to bring with you the Apex V7x42 binos. If you're hunting at night, the Gen 0 8x50s will be your best friend. You can find those in the, I think it would be called the Night Vision Hunting DLC, can't remember. There's only one Night Vision DLC, so you'll find it. And other than that, that would be my grinding loadout. For the deer species, meaning those red deer, mule deer, fallow deer, even the tar and the boar, this loadout will do you just fine. In fact, it's overkill. This is an overpowered loadout. 300 will make it so that way if you hit any one of those animals, they will die, even if you hit it in the leg. If you shot it with a 300 and it's an unethical animal, meaning it's not from class 7 to 9, it will die, even if you hit it in the leg. If you hit it good, it's probably not going to go anywheres at all. which is a very, very big plus to using the 300. Also, the OT6 is really, really, really good, especially like 150 meters away. You can drop whitetail, you can drop red deer, mule deer with this gun. It is an insane loadout. This loadout will make you cracked at the game, my guy. Also, you guys can use that loadout on the wolves. Okay guys, so we're just going to make a quick edit to our loadout for the fox grind. I think that's like the only class 2 grind in the game. The difference that I would make to this loadout for doing the fox grind is I would take out the OT6, I'd still shoot the commons with the 300, and I'd simply carry with me the Frost 257 for shooting those trophies, those rares, as the 257 is definitely ethical for foxes, and that is the best choice for you. As for sights, obviously fox drink at night, so you're going to want to bring with you the Angler night vision scope, and the Gen 0 night vision binos. That there, my friends, is my fox loadout. Shooting those common foxes with the Arzina 300 will make them drop pretty much instantly every single time, no matter where you judge them at. And the 257 is an amazing rifle for all those common foxes. It lifts a raccoon dog right off of its feet, if that says anything. So yeah, the 257 is an amazing choice. Alrighty folks, so for those bigger game grinds, the moose grind, the bear grind, I think that's it. I run a very, very specific loadout. For my main gun, 99% of the time, I'm using the Valgarita, however you say it, the 375. Yes, this is a bolt-action rifle. Yes, it only has 4 rounds. Yes, the recoil's quite bad compared to the Arzina 300. But for when you're about 150 meters from some bears, this thing drops the bears instantly. I think it's the second biggest gun in the game, but really nobody uses the 338 because it's just absurd. This gun will be your best friend when you're hunting those class 7 and 9 species. The only time I ever have an issue with this gun is when I'm 300 plus meters away and doing some long shots. The recoil's just so bad that I seem to not be able to find the animals that I was shooting at to get a follow-up shot. And that's where you'll never guess what gun comes in next. The Arzina 300 once again. In case you can't tell, this is in fact the best gun in the game. And this gun doesn't do as good of a job in the sense of damage, but from 150 meters, from 300 meters, the recoil is so little with the Arzina 300, it still definitely takes them down really, really fast because it is a 7 and 9 rifle, but it's super persistent, super accurate, barely any recoil, 5 rounds, so you got an extra follow-up shot. I always carry that gun as my secondary. This is my bear loadout, and this is my moose loadout. So we're just going to rename this to bears/moose. Oh, you can't do slashes. That's stupid. Bears and moose. You can't put an apostrophe either. EW, what are you doing, man? In fact, that's actually what I have my main loadout titled as right now for hunting bears and moose. Should remember that squid brain moment. For moose grinding, you're going to have much more luck with the Valgarita 375. Moose are tanks. They are hard to kill. Even the 375, they'll still run 75 to 100 meters, even if you get a perfect long shot. The only time I can ever drop a moose, in fact they still run a couple feet, is when I get a heart shot, which is surprisingly a pretty easy thing to do if it's facing you and you got the 375 paired up with a really good sight, which brings us into scopes, like the Odin or the Hyperion. I will show you the difference between the two, by the way. We'll put the Hyperion on the 375 and the Odin on the 300. Starting with the 300, you guys already seen the Odin, this is what it looks like, and if I just switch right over to the 375 and aim, this is what the Hyperion looks like. A little bit thicker and it doesn't zoom as far, but it's still a really, really clear, really, really nice scope, and it's base game, so you don't gotta buy the Scopes and Crosshairs DLC to get this scope. But yeah, that would absolutely be my loadout for the bear and the moose grind, those class 7 to 9 grinds. Just in general, those are the weapons I rock when I'm hunting the big species. Obviously, we're going to be bringing the Apex View binoculars in the sense of lures if I'm hunting bears. Then I'm bringing the Predator Distress Fawn Collar if I'm hunting moose. And believe it or not, you'll never guess what call I'd bring. The Moose Collar. But yeah, usually I just leave those 2 calls in my inventory. They take up little to no space. So that way, this loadout is actually very, very versatile for those 2 grinds. If I want to hunt bears or moose, I just click on my main bears and moose loadout here. This is the one we just built together, the one with the capital N is my main one. And I can then do the bear grind, and if I want to, I can jump over to the moose grind and not even have to make any changes at all. As someone who's been playing this game for 8 years, and obviously we just received the customizable loadouts thing only a few updates ago, and it's so helpful, man. It is so helpful. I don't even have these loadouts unlocked yet. Not that I'll ever need 10 loadouts, but hey, there's 10 loadouts, man. Nice to have. Alright guys, well there's pretty much only one great one grind left, and that is my pheasant loadout. So, I don't actually have a pheasant grinding loadout because I haven't grinded them in so long, so when I do go do the grind every once in a blue moon, I usually just use my Cells Weasel loadout, which consists of these 3 weapons. For the sense of today's video, we'll go back to this blank loadout, we'll rename it to Pheasants, actually we'll say Pheasant Grind, and we'll build ourselves a loadout for today's video. So, the very first gun that I'm going to put into this loadout is the 22 Magnum. You can use the base game 22 if you want, but the 22 Mag is just like that gun on steroids. It just looks better, 10 rounds. It's just the ultimate 22. Just don't use the 22 250. You definitely can't shoot a pheasant with that gun. And the only other weapon that I'll be putting inside of my pheasant loadout is the Cacciatore 12 gauge. Out of all the shotguns in the game, I would suggest the Cacciatore 12 gauge. It is 6 rounds, it's a 12 gauge, so it's going to roll the pheasants as long as you at least hit them. Even if it's just a couple pellets, it'll take it down really fast. The Cacciatore 12 gauge and the 22 mag are the only 2 guns you'll need for your pheasant grind. Obviously, if you're using the method that I use, and most people use, you're not going to be shooting the pheasants, at least not very often, with the 22 and the Odin scope or something. You're going to be shooting them with the shotgun 99% of the time, because we set up right on top of those zones, flush them, and as soon as they fly up above us, we just roll them with a shotgun. The only time that I'll ever use the 22 mag paired up with an amazing scope, you'll never guess what scope I'm gonna use, the Odin, is if they're flying like 100 meters away. They're getting away from me, like, there's one way up there, let's pretend that top of that tree, about 150 meters away. That's where I'd use the 22, and just pray I can get it out of the sky, mark it, and go claim it. Or if I see a pheasant that's on the ground super far away, like 150, and I don't want to run all the way up to it and shotgun it, I'll just wipe it right off the face of the earth with this thing, drop a waypoint on it, and go claim it. Obviously, I'm using the same binos in every single loadout besides my night vision loadouts, the Apex V binos, and for lures, you don't really need anything for the pheasant grind. Watch my Pheasant Great One guide, it's a very easy grind to do. That, my friends, is going to be what my pheasant loadout consists of. So yeah guys, that's my loadout guide for Great One grinding here in 2026. If you guys want to see me use these loadouts in action, I would strongly suggest that you guys do in fact join the live streams. I stream most days 6 PM Eastern Standard Time. We have the best Call of the Wild community. We know it, we're passionate about it. The most helpful, the most inclusive. We're a family, not a community. I don't know why I say community, it's a habit, work with me. If you have any questions or anything like that, please let me know down below. I'm pretty sure, there's a lot of Great One grinds in the game, but I'm pretty sure I covered every single grind. All the way down to Class 1, all the way up to Class 9. We absolutely covered every single grind. But yeah, I really hope you guys did find this video helpful. If you did, please let me know down below by hitting the like button, as it is very much appreciated. I am a 16-year-old content creator, pretty much doing this as my full-time job, so any support is very much appreciated. Simply just by hitting the like button can help out more than you'll ever know. Join the Discord server for one-on-one help. There's a lot of people in there. I have a team of people who will help you. Any questions you could possibly have. Check out my Great One guides, I just updated every single one of them. Fallow Deer is the last one, and that's coming soon. I'll leave the link to that playlist in the description below. As always, my name is Squid, you're watching Squidster Outdoors, and we'll catch you guys in the next banger. Peace out, my gamers.